Good morning, Beatrice, Alabama, 36425 here in Beatrice, Alabama. Today is a beautiful Wednesday morning. It's about 3 a.m. in the morning. We're coming to you early. We normally come to you around 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. But we're going to do something a little bit different today. Um, Gospel music today with Ken and Jean Grady. Befriended us. We befriended them from some while back, and they're new. It's not, new, but they have a program, a television program, Gospel Music Today television broadcast has been on for years. They are one of the best gospel music, Southern gospel music ministries there is in America today. We here at Housey Internet Radio, Blog Talk Radio, Mixcloud, Reverb Nation is a home recording radio station, and we stream on Mixcloud, Restream, where we are now, and we have other destinations that we stream live, such as Facebook, Housey Production Gospel. Also, my web page, Facebook page, Freddie C. Howard. Also to LinkedIn and to Twit at Beat 7x77 House C. All of these are destinations where we stream live, and we thank you all for your support over the years. We thank you for your support over the years and all the times that you have spent with us and listening to us and doing gospel music here and enjoying our program. We thank you for that. We absolutely thank you for it. We're streaming live right now on Facebook. We hope you will check us out. We finna go to that page now and reload it and get it situated where you can tune in with us and be a part of our ministry. What you can call the radio station? You can call the radio station right now. That number is 1-251-362-1935. And you can be a part of what we do here at House C Internet Radio. What you see right now that is showing is our last live stream, which was our Sunday school lesson that we did on last Sunday, July July the 31st. Is that's where they got the 17th, but we're going to change all of that now. Today is August the 2nd. August the 2nd. Okay, August the 2nd. Oh, is it August? No, it's August the 3rd. August the 3rd, Wednesday. It is Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, it's August the 3rd. August the 3rd. Sorry about that. August the 3rd. We're going to play. We're going to share um, a ministry for gospel music today with Ken and Jean Grady. We're going to be letting it play this morning as we do our broadcast, and we hope that you will enjoy it as we continue here on Good Morning, Beatrice, Alabama. Good morning, Beatrice, Alabama. Let's see here.
We're glad you could be with us on Gospel Music today. I'll be talking to a good friend and a fountain of information about gospel music. Charlie Griffin will be with us on today's program, and Jean has a feature group.
Yes, from Michigan, it's the Royal Airs.
And you've been listening to some music.
I have one CD by Cross Anchored and another one, a Christmas CD by John Darren Rousey.
And you've been reading.
I've been out reading the Cross Country USA magazine.
From the Chattanooga Gospel Music Festival, we have an exclusive video of the Pilot family on today's program.
And the archives.
From a few years ago in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Lesters will be with us on today's show.
There's a lot going on, so let's get started.
You are watching Gospel Music Today. The news is next.
Dwayne Rizzo will be the new baritone singer for Florida's Simple Faith Quartet. Dwayne sang with the Pine Ridge Boys for 8 years. Jimmy Reno, who sang for several years with Mark 209, has released his debut solo album, Steel Called, and it features original songs written by Jimmy and Philip David Harris. Richard Sturban of the Oak Ridge Boys has written a new book entitled From Elvis to Elvira. Les Butler's Real Southern Gospel Records has signed North Carolina mixed trio Fields of Grace. They will be in the studio later this year for a new recording. That's a look at some of the happenings in the world of Southern Gospel. You can keep up with the latest Southern Gospel news by reading SGN Scoops Digital Magazine. Take a look at their website at sgnscoops.com. And you can find more Southern Gospel news at our website, gospelmusictoday.com.
We have been on the road.
Yes, we have. We've been to the Chattanooga Gospel Music Festival, and the Pilot family was there. I believe we have a clip.
Yes, we do.
This is an old home. Tyler Rowland sang it. And would you just worship with us for just a moment? Would you do that? Hallelujah.
David sang the praises of the glory of Jehovah. Paul preached that all is lost, save knowing Christ. Little John said he is precious by leaning on his bosom, so for a moment may I humbly testify. And did I mention that I love him, how I worship and adore him, when I can see no way, he makes a way. Did I mention that he's been faithful to every promise he ever made? I love him, that's all I want to say. How many sermons can be preached about this Jesus? How many songs can be sung about God's Son? There are not enough words, enough notes in the music to tell the story of all my Savior has done. And did I see your way. He makes a way. Did I mention that he's been faithful to every promise he ever made? I love him, that's all I want to say. Did I mention that he's been so faithful to every promise he ever made? I love him, and that's all I want to say. Yes, I love him, and that's all I want to say.
We enjoyed the Pilot family, and we had a great time at Brian Crow's great event in Chattanooga. That was the first year, and we are looking forward to year number 2.
Yes, we are. Who has birthday this week?
Happy birthday to Keith Plott. Keith sings with Red Letter Edition, and his birthday is August 9.
And we wish a happy birthday to all our Southern Gospel friends.
We have much more coming up on today's program, but first, Jean has been listening to some new music.
Season for Believing is a new CD by John Darren Rousey. I know it may seem like a long time until Christmas, but this CD has 12 new songs on it, most of them written or co-written by John. We all love the traditional Christmas songs, but this is a fresh new take with new songs. It's already a great addition to our Christmas music collection. My favorite, all 12. That's Seasons for Believing by John Darren Rousey.
This is a concert update from Gospel Music Today. The Williamsons at Lowesville Gospel Concerts in Stanley, North Carolina on August 27. If you're looking for a concert near you, check the search engine at gospelgigs.com. And you can always use the links at our website, gospelmusictoday.com.
The Royal Airs are one of Michigan's longest tenured male trios. They were organized in 1995 for the primary purpose of praising the Lord through gospel music. Each member has an extensive background in gospel music and has committed himself to sharing his talents in this unique way. The Royal Airs have been privileged to share their ministry and concerts throughout Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, and Wisconsin, and are committed to traveling wherever else the Lord may lead. Members of the group are Shem Couts, lead singer and manager, Adam Thurston, tenor and sound engineer, and Steve Ratliff, baritone and pianist. You can find out more about this week's feature group at royalairs.net. Coming up next on Gospel Music Today, Ken visits with Charlie Griffin. Welcome back to Gospel Music Today.
Our friend Charlie Griffin has a lot of stories about Southern gospel music to share, and we touched upon a few of them. That's up next on Gospel Music Today. We have a good friend with us on Gospel Music Today, Charlie Griffin, and we want to welcome Charlie Griffin to Gospel Music Today.
Thank you. Joy to be with you.
We want to go back a few years and talk about some of the highlights of your many, many years in gospel music.
Long time.
It has been quite a road for Charlie Griffin, and we want to talk about some of the highlights.
Cool.
Before we get into the major things, do you remember the first time that you sang on a professional or semi-professional stage other than in your own church?
I was 17 years old, and I was singing with a local group from the church, and they had invited me and our group to come sing. And that was for a camp meeting. And so I was excited about that. But the first time that I really remember singing, whether it was solo or whether it was with a group, I had gotten saved in 1973, and that was Memorial Day weekend. And then the following Labor Day, that same year, they were having a camp meeting, and they were having a Sunday afternoon service. And I walked in with my family. I'm 13 years old. And the minister said, "You're singing." And so they went up and they had an organist, and he said, "What key?" And I said, "I don't know." And about that time, they set the microphone in front of me, and they proceeded just to play. And my first song they sang was "King Jesus." It's an old song that was at a camp meeting at Caldwell County Fairgrounds back when I was 17.
That's awesome. When we talk to people out on the road, quite frequently I'll ask them who inspired them, who were the groups that they looked up to when they started off. And one of the names that we hear all the time is the Singing Americans.
Yes.
What was your connection with the Singing Americans?
In college, I was working at a Christian radio station, and it was the largest 100,000 watt all Southern gospel station. And the station, they were convinced they could make more money by changing formats, so Christian music to rock music, and I was without a job. George Shuffler with the Shuffler family said, "Come and go with me and I'll take you to a radio station and they're going to do an interview with you." When I got back from that interview, there was a message on my voicemail, and it was from Charlie Burke with the Singing Americans. And he said, "Come talk to me." So I drove down to Maiden, had a conversation with him, went back, and I was praying, "Lord, open the door that you want." And that following afternoon, I got a message from Charlie Burke, "We'd like for you to start Monday morning." So, and then the following day, the radio station called and said, "You've got the job." So I really prayed, and I felt like that my direction was with the Singing Americans, and that's where I went and worked with them for a number of years. Very thankful for that time with Ed Hill, where he became a mentor and a friend. And I got to know a lot of people that I looked up to in gospel music, but a lot of people that became friends because of that connection. And over the years, working with them and handling the singings and stuff like that, it was just an exciting time and very thankful. Whiter Than Snow, Black and White, I bowed on my knees and cried holy, Sail On Over, Somebody Touched Heaven for Me. So many songs that we introduced and how people responded. And to this day, a lot of people talk about that because it was a group that really introduced them into gospel music. And I'm thankful to be a part of that.
They had a lot of different people rotate through that group over the years. A lot of great singers.
Yes.
But just 4 great singers does not necessarily make an all-time great group.
Agreed.
What was so special about the Singing Americans?
I think what made the Singing Americans unique was that no matter what configuration, there was a single purpose. They wanted to stage and we wanted to present the good news. So the songs had to be lyrically sound. They had to be entertaining. Somebody says, "Well, you don't entertain," and that's not always true. If you don't captivate somebody's attention, then what's going to happen is you're going to lose it. So they're not going to follow or they're not going to participate. We found that having that interaction and that strength of song and staging was crucial. But then they also, the old saying is, they knew who they were singing about. So even with the changes, each person had an integral part. And Ed Hill was able to focus and keep people there. And then through other changes, Dwayne did the same thing. And then the latter configuration with Larry Stewart and Buddy Burton, David Sutton, and Dale Forbes, they had a tremendous quartet. And working with these guys, you could see their passion and their desire to do the right thing. And I think that's what separated the Singing Americans from just about anybody. I'm not saying that they didn't do that, but the Singing Americans' focus was to do the right thing.
One of the projects that we hear about frequently that you were quite involved with was the Hallelujah Supper Club.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
The Supper Club started, officially open for business in 1977. A couple of years of planning before that, but it officially opened. And it was unique. It was a nonprofit organization. We offered what I call comfort food, granny home cooking, and then we had gospel music. We were open Friday and Saturday nights to the public. And we brought in some of the very best in gospel music. For about 25 years, we proceeded to do that. And our family, that was our focus, was to open that up. And of course, as we singing and stuff, there were times I was there and then not, but it was awesome to have that interaction. We were in the basement of an old building, an old drugstore. And on Friday and Saturday night, that entire block would ring of gospel music in Newton, North Carolina. And hardly a weekend passes that somebody doesn't mention it even today. And I'm kind of thankful for that heritage that we worked for so many years to build.
Mm-hmm. Charlie is the man behind another project called Classic Artist Music Group.
Yes, sir.
And tell us about that.
Oh, I'm excited about our music family. We started Classic Artist. In the initial beginning, we were a talent agency. And Maurice Templeton and we partnered together and created the talent agency. We did the scheduling for Squire Parsons, James Blackwood, the Down East Boys, Kingdom Heirs, Geraldine and Ricky, the Hayes family, the Perkins family, several other groups over the years. Did a lot of work with the gospel music cruises and did a lot of work with the Bible study cruises, as well as some of the speakers and evangelists handling their schedules. Then as time progressed, Maurice bought the Singing News. And so as the conflict, over time, we wound up selling the agency as far as the business, the rights to Classic Artists. And about 17 years ago, the Lord began to open up other doors in music. And so we started working with different artists, helping in their recording and in their promotion and stuff like that. As we developed the music labels, we've had a tremendous group of artists. Very thankful for them. We have have featured heritage gospel music, the Pine Ridge Boys since 1963. Mm-hmm. The Gospel Harmony Boys since 1952, the Sheltons since 1959, the Envoys from 65, the Frost Brothers, the original group started in 1924. So we kept the heritage of that, and we work as a network to help promote gospel music.
Charlie Griffin is still on the road as a solo artist,
yes,
making happy tracks.
Yes.
And what are people going to see at a Charlie Griffin service or concert?
I was always told just be yourself. So I guess the old saying is what you see is what you get. I believe that I need to share that good news and share the hope and the encouragement, tell people about grace and forgiveness, and to let people know that there's still hope. And one of the songs I sing is called Happy Tracks. And I believe that as Christians, we should leave happy tracks, tell somebody where you're going, let them know that there is hope. And that's the focus. Mm-hmm. I've been doing it for 18 years now.
Yeah. Well, you do have a unique ability to communicate that message, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Charlie, we've been looking forward to talking to you on music today for a while, and it's been great to have you on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate what you guys do, but more importantly, I thank you for the encouragement that you provide for our music, and keep up the good work. Leave some happy tracks.
In this month's edition of Cross Country USA magazine, the cover story is called The Class of 57 Presents the Statler Brothers Revisited. Other articles this month are about Carl Ray, Tia McGrath, the Davis family, and Dale Rochelle. You can find a link to Cross Country USA at our website, gospelmusictoday.com.
This is a concert update from Gospel Music Today. The Kingsmen will sing at Corinth Baptist Church, Ellenboro, North Carolina on August 28, 6 p.m. You can find all the details at the Gospel Music Today website.
We're at the National Quartet Convention in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and I'm here with a group called Cross Anchored. Welcome to Gospel Music Today.
Thank you.
So I am with Todd and Jay. Myron can't make it tonight, but I've got two of you here. We heard you this morning at the Promoters Breakfast, so we got a real treat this morning from all of you. Now, you guys are from North Carolina, right?
That's correct.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your new CD. Tell us a little bit about it.
New CD's been out since March. 10 original songs for us, and hopefully 10 songs that will make an impact on people.
And what's the current radio release
The current radio release is Let's All Go Back to Calvary, written by our own Myron Waddell.
Okay. And the title of the CD?
It's Any Moment Now.
So let me just ask this. What's your favorite song on the CD?
My favorite song is That's My Home.
Okay.
It's one we did this morning, written by a gentleman by the name of David Walker. A song I first came across in 1996. One that impacted me then, and it still impacts me today to sing it.
What about you for your favorite song?
I have to say Through the Eyes of Tomorrow. It's that was sent to us by Rodney Griffin.
Okay.
And it talks about, God's not worried about your past. He's worried about where you're going. And super song. One of my favorites.
Tell me about the name Cross Anchored. What does that mean?
Give that to Todd.
I mean, so Myron and I started the group 14 years ago, a little over 14 years ago. We had both sang in other groups through the years, and we had sit down and we were he had sang with Tar Heel State Quartet. They had actually left the road as well not long after. And we were talking about maybe picking up Tar Heel State. We were talking, and then Myron and I started sitting down at the dinner table and we were talking, we were praying. And I mean, honestly, it was just God. I mean, I just don't, it's crazy how you think about, throwing a name like Cross Anchored out like that. But, as we actually talked about what we wanted to do as far as ministry and just really got down into some of the details, Cross Anchored just came out of the conversation. It was kind of, it had to be God. That's all I can say.
Well, to the members of Cross Anchored, thank you for being on Gospel Music today.
Well, thank
You're
you
very
guys.
welcome. Thank you guys for having us.
Appreciate you.
We have a new music video this week.
Yes, we do. The group is Reborn. They are from Arkansas, Judy Murphy, Johnny Russell, and Steve Russell. The song is I'll Be Waiting. Reborn is up next on Gospel Music Today.
Make welcome from Jonesboro, Arkansas, Reborn, singing I'll Be Waiting.
When I face my last trial and take my last stand, when I finish my course here below, if the path that I'm traveling should lead to death's door, there's one thing I'd like you to know. I'll be waiting for you yonder. I'll keep searching till you make it in. It will not be complete till you're there with me. I'll be waiting till you reach that land. It was God's will that put us together in life and gave us a great family. I'd like to view heaven's beauty with you by my side. I'll be waiting till your face I see. I'll be waiting for you over yonder. I'll keep searching till you make it in. It will not be complete till you're there with me. I'll be waiting till you reach that land. It will not be complete till you're there with me.
Next on Gospel Music Today, we'll go to the archives and hear the Lesters. It is now time for the archives.
You are correct. A few years ago in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Lesters at the time were a male trio, and that exclusive video is up next on Gospel Music Today.
All right. Come on, everybody. Here you go. One day. I know my Lord will lead me, for I'm living and trusting. From his side, I know I'll never roam.
And when I see that setting sun and my race on earth is run, then I know my Lord will lead me home.
Yes, my Lord, he will lead me when it seems all hope is gone. When I'm wading through that water in that chilly Jordan River, then I know my Lord will lead me home. He will lead me and guide me till my great journey's end. He will lead me across the ocean foam.
On the other side of Jordan, he will take me by the hand, and I know my Lord will lead me home.
Yes, my Lord, he will lead me when it seems all hope is gone. When I'm wading through that water in that chilly Jordan River, then I know my Lord will lead me home.
Yes, my Lord,
Yes, my Lord,
he will lead me
he will lead me
when it
when it
seems
seems all hope is gone. When I'm wading through that water in that chilly Jordan River, then I know my Lord will lead me home. When I'm wading through that water in that chilly Jordan River, I'll be wading through that water in that chilly Jordan River. Then I know my Lord will lead me home. Yes, my Lord, he will lead me when it seems all hope is gone. When I'm wading through that water in that chilly Jordan River, then I know my Lord will lead me home. Then I know my Lord will lead me home.
From several years ago at the Southern Gospel Worship Gathering, the Lesters at the time were a male trio, Justin Wells, Jonathan Lester, and Brian Lester. They did a great job that night. We are out of time for this week's edition of Gospel Music Today.
And we thank you for spending the last 30 minutes with us. And remember, it's never too early to start listening to Christmas music. We'll see you next week on Gospel Music Today.
All right. We want to thank Ken and Jean Grady for that August, first week of August gospel ministry of Gospel Music Today. We play all styles of gospel music here on Housey Internet Radio. And we cover a multitude of subjects and all kinds of different things that deal with humanity. And today we open up with Ken and Jean Grady, who we play on Mixcloud, as well as other places about the internet that we do have a radio ministry. And we thank Ken and Jean Grady for sending their program to us. And we broadcast them periodically and on Mixcloud and on Reverb Nation, as well as Blog Talk Radio. We have been in this business for a long time, and we play all music: country, bluegrass, praise, worship, traditional, jazz, any kind of music that help man along his walk here in this life. Let us go to the throne. Our Father and Savior Jesus Christ, we thank you for this opportunity to come back on the radio on Good Morning Beatrice, Alabama, 36425. We had an opportunity to get away with the family and come back and continue to work in the garden and work around the school. School is starting. School buses are being picked up, and drivers are taking them out to their home to be picking up kids. Thursday morning, August the 4th, school will begin here in Monroe County and all over different parts of this country. God be with parents to know that starting school and in school, it all begins with you at home and how you prepare your child at home for discipline, control, and attitude and work ethics, and all those things you start at the house. But the school administrators, teachers, superintendents, board members, community folks like myself, we're all part of it too, and we need to help. New principals are starting jobs. Old principals are returning to jobs. New teachers are starting jobs. Old teachers are returning to jobs. But God, there is something that is needed special this year, and is needed special all the time in teaching children. Let those that teach the children and teach the math and the English and the classes and the farm classes, whatever they do, let them know that put you first, and gossip and backbiting and lying and things that go on in all human lives continue in schools as well. We hope that this year, beginning the school season, year of 2022-2023, that new teachers will not become tattlers and liars and backbiters and creating havoc for principals and parents. We hope that old teachers will change their ways, God willing, that they will not keep up a mess on the hall and in the class and in the principal offices and things like that. It calls for responsibility. It calls for responsibility, Jesus, responsibility. And it's in the political season. It's time that we get registered to vote. The things about abortion and all the different type aspects of things that are going on in human lives. All those things come through the guidance and the help of Jesus Christ, God Almighty, our Creator. Love your fellow man and care for each other. The womb is a sacred place where God knows you when you're born and when you're made. Be wary that that responsibility lies on you, the father, lies on you, the mother, lies on you with Jesus Christ, God Almighty, our Creator. On behalf of all of us here at the internet radio station and all of us that have supported us over the years, all the gospel artists that send out music to us, especially to Darrell J. Jones, who sends out music to us, and all the artists that we know, all the artists that we've come in contact with over the years, so many friends. We thank you all here at House C Internet Radio. On behalf of all of us, we hope everything is going well for you. As you hear the sounds in the background of the fan quietly humming, blowing a little breeze here in the early morning hours. But God is still good. We thank you. We thank you. Thank you. And make sure you join us every Sunday morning, God willing, for Sunday school from Antioch Baptist Church down there in Tunnel Spring, where we celebrated our first Men's Day, Lord, our first Men's Day since the COVID virus has been about. God, we thank you for that. These are many blessings. We ask in that Son, Jesus' name. Amen. All right. We are going to talk a little bit about politics today. Representative Thomas Jackson is running for House seat district number 68. Thomas C. Jackson, House District number 68. His address is P.O. Box 636, Thomasville, Alabama 36784. If you'd like to get in touch with him, you can call 334-564-7080. That's Thomas C. Jackson, running for District 68. He has been in that seat for a while, and I can say personally, from my experience with him, he has did an excellent job. This time around, he will have an opponent in the November election, general election coming up. It'll be November the 8th, 2022. That'll be a new person putting their hat in the arena, Mr. Fred Kelly, running against Representative Thomas Jackson. And we thank all of you that will get yourself registered and prepared to vote in the District 68 coming up election, November the 8th, in the general election. All right. What is happening around in Beatrice and different places like that? Got revivals taking place. Antioch is going to be celebrating its first revival under COVID guidelines. We just be going 2 nights rather. We will have the regular service, and we are going to go to Miss Mary's page and see the announcement that she put out for the homecoming coming up here at let's see here. We are scrolling through the pages here to see where she posted that. Let's go to photos. Maybe it's there. Let's see. It might not be there, but anyway, can we find it? Let's go. Okay. Mm-hmm. She probably tagged me in that, and for the revival coming up. Let's see here. We are going to find it somewhere. But anyway, that's got some of the things that are taking place in the Beatrice area. In the Beatrice area. Okay, there it is. Found it. Welcome you to worship with us. Antioch number 1, Missionary Baptist Church, Turner Springs, Alabama. Homecoming and Revival, Sunday, September the 25th, 2022, 9 a.m., limited seating inside, drive up, mask required for inside, Monday and Tuesday, September the 26th and 27th, 7 p.m., drive up parking lot, service only. And you can listen to that broadcast. You can tune into 92.5 for live broadcasts. Let's tune into radio 92.5 out there in the parking lot for the live broadcast. Appeal to members is a $25 contribution. Reverend Waylon Oliver is our pastor. And Monday and Tuesday guest minister will be Reverend Trent Presley. We thank Brother Charlie Stowers for giving us a thumb up on that. And we hope that you be a part of our services there on August the 25th, Sunday, August the 25th. That would be a, let's turn that page here, August the 25th. Sunday, September the 25th. Yeah, August, July, August, September the 25th. I believe that'd be a fourth Sunday. Yeah, that'd be the fourth Sunday in August. We hope you join us. That's coming up in September for our church here, Antioch, where Reverend Oliver is the pastor. Important notice, Monroe County schools, students who have picked up their scheduled purchase lockers may do so today. The the last day. We hope you get that done. Mr. Larry Long, he's got a Peterbilt truck for sale, $162,000. We hope you check him out. We also posted a great deal of information about the November election coming up. Alabama, what you need to know about the November 8th election. Enacted Congress district maps. See also congressional district map implemented after the 2020 election, 2020 census. You know, they do the census every 10 years, and 2020 was the last census, and each year that they do the census, district lines and congressional district lines and represented district lines in states all over the United States are redrawn and cleared up. Alabama originally enacted a congressional map on November the 4th, 2021, after Governor Kay Ivey signed the proposal into law. The Alabama House of Representatives voted 65 to 38 in favor of the map on November the 1st, followed by the Alabama State Senate voted 22 to 7 on November the 3rd. Below the congressional maps effects before and after the 20 redistricting, and you can find all that information posted at redistricting in Alabama after the 2020 census. In your search, type in redistricting in Alabama after the 2020 census. Again, for you to be up to date on what is going to be taking place in the November general election and the district lines for Republicans as well as Democrats, type in redistricting in Alabama after the 2020 census. All right. Redistricting in Alabama after the 2020 census. And most important of all, get registered to vote in the November 8th general election. Get registered to vote. Get registered to vote for the November 8th general election. Bearing in mind, redistricting in Alabama after the 2020 census. Alabama House of Representatives elections. Go read about the November election. Go do it right now. Vote 20 District 68 elections in Alabama in 2022. Election date is November the 8th, 2022. Mail-in registration deadlines, online registration deadlines, in-person registration deadline, early voting starts, early voting ends, post times, all kind of good information for you to read as and be up to date on it. Very important that you be up to date on it. Now, here's something I need you to understand. We're always talking about, folks are talking about somebody depressing the vote. The only person who can depress the vote, is you. You are the only person that can depress the vote. That's by you listening to all of the stuff that folks are putting out there about voting. You get yourself registered, find out who the candidates are, and go vote. Can't nobody stop you from voting. Don't let the issue of abortion and all those other different things influence you about voting and stuff like that. Get yourself registered to vote and go vote. You can contact me at the radio station here. My email address is freddiechoward@gmail.com or at the radio station right now, 1-251-362-1935. Cell phone hooked into this. You can talk live to me right now if you want to. The time is 4 a.m. in the morning. If you're up and you're listening, You're on Facebook. There's a lot of people on Facebook right now. If you're listening, you can talk about whatever's on your mind. Whatever is on your mind, you can talk to us about it here. God willing, that's if you want to. Georgia Pacific, Rocket Creek Lumber is now hiring. It's $18.50 an hour. Wages rates for operation employees starts at $18.50 an hour, with higher starting rates available depending on experience. Rocket Creek Lumber has a training program that allows employees the opportunity to advance their job skills and compensation through on-the-job training and work experience. Benefits, excellent benefits package including medical, dental, vision, 401k, vacation, and other optional benefits. How to apply. Go to georgiapacific.com, careers, selects, see all opening position, search for keywords Rocky Creek, our location, Frisco City, and select search. Step 4, find your position or interest, select and apply for it. To create an account, apply online. Call 251-362-1398 for more information. Rocket Creek Lumber, Georgia Pacific. Call 251-362-1398 for more information. That was shared to us by Gloria, friend of the family. That's the Bruton Career Center, where that information came from. Rocket Creek Lumber is now hiring. Please visit Alabama Works and search for job orders 9985308 to apply online. Check the comments directly link. All right. God is absolutely good. Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church, 7203 Robinson Creek Road here in Beatrice, Alabama, August the 14th. Just a few more days away. 2022 at 2 p.m. August the 14th. August the 14th. Make sure that you, August the 14th, that'll be the second Sunday. Make sure that you check out Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church right down there in Natchez at 7203 Robinson Creek Road, Beatrice, Alabama. Annual homecoming. And guess who the best speaker will be? That's Reverend Trenton M. Presley, El Bethel Baptist, Selma, Alabama. Okay. El Baptist Missionary Baptist Church minister, our pastor, will be traveling to Beatrice on Sunday, August the 14th, to Shiloh Baptist Church. All right. A shout out to a friend of mine on Facebook, Miss Sally Fields. She has faithfully supported me over the years, and I thank her for that. And for all of you all that support me here on House C Internet Radio on this Good Morning Beatrice, Alabama services today. We want to give a shout out to Hetty May and Unified. You know what? In the studio, when you wonder, you're not outside, and when you turn on these lights for bright lights, brighter than the regular lights in the house, them candle flies. Remember when you growing up and the candle flies would be around. But anyway, God's good. God's good. All right. A warrior in basketball went home. Bill Russell was the greatest basketball player who ever lived, some say. He was awesome. When you see the chart of how well he did playing that game and how many trophies he won and championships he won, he leads all basketball players. He stands alone. He stands alone in his accomplishments. That's why his team He's the reason why his team won 11 championships in 13 years. That's awesome. Oh, man. Okay. Today, we open up today broadcast with Ken and Jean Gray of Gospel Music Today. In Atlanta, the Gospel Music Today was a Real Truth Revival, 8th week Triumph Quartet plus news and more other good music, things that we watch too. We thank Ken and Jean Grady for being supportive of us here at House C Internet Radio. And by the way, if you're a listener and you got music you want to play, send us your MP3 file or send us a hard copy. The hard copy helps us build up our physical library here. We also want to give a special shout out to Hank Sanders, The Rock. He was not successful in getting an opportunity to return to his old job of Senate District 23, I believe. But I know he will continue to do his task of support for this state, great state of Alabama, and for the community in and around us. God has been awfully good. God has been awfully good. And we thank him. Darrell J. Jones, a special shout out to him, radio personality, programmers, directors, station managers, music directors, station owners, all IBDS stations, inboxing for some CDs. And he'll get them to you most certainly. He will get them to you. Monroe County Sheriff Office did a sweep and a dry run of local county schools for live shooters training. They was up at JF Shields several days back. A lot of people were wondering why all the cars were at the school, but that's what it was doing. Active shooter training within all local schools. Active shooter training at all local schools. Brother Tom Boatwright, rather. I'm thinking about the old sheriff. Monroe County Sheriff Office and Monroe County Sheriff Office, July the 29th. Sheriff Tom Boatwright arranged for the Monroe County Sheriff Office to train within our local schools for an active shooter situation. Sheriff Boatwright shares with the amount of shootings that happen and occur in the U.S. I wanted our department to gain the confidence in knowing how we are to address someone trying to harm our local children. I pray this type of thing never happens here, but I feel that this great training that will be ready, and that we'll be ready to handle a real life event. Several people supported that, and all people should support that. Monroe County Sheriff offices, new sergeants, Chief Calvin Kyle presented Monroe County Sheriff Office newest sergeants, Hunter Cap and Christopher Horton. Congratulations, gentlemen. All right. My friend Willie is got a four-wheeler for sale, 0600 Rancher, great condition. He's asking $3,400 for it. Oh, by the way, our former piano player Corey Robinson is out in California making his way. I'm hoping, and God willing, he be safe as he apply to go to the next level with his music keyboard skills. All right. Okay, the Ike Richardson King of King Gospel Fest. We had planned an event here in Beatrice, Alabama for July the 31st. For July the 30th, rather. There at J.F. Shields High School, but we were unsuccessful in getting that done. And the reasons are to do an event at a school, you got to have millions of dollars in insurance. And guess what insurance costs? You got to go down there to Monroe, on the square in Monroe, and you got to buy a liability insurance policy, $500 plus, to have a $1 million liability insurance, because somebody slip and fall at an event at J.F. Shields. First, they're going to sue the promoter, the person who has an event. They're going to sue the school. They're going to sue anybody they can, because that's just the way people are now. But anyway, C&I Gospel Music and Promotion we were working with them to do that event, but we were unsuccessful. But anyway, God willing, we will get that done at some time soon. All right. Sylvester Missionary Baptist Church, Pastor Arthur Moore, Homecoming Revival Services. Special guest will be Reverend Darrell Perriman. That's Sunday, August the 21st. That's it's third Sunday in August at 11:15 a.m. August the 23rd, 22nd through the 24th, nightly. They're located at 19750 Alabama 21 Beatrice, Alabama 36425. 19750 on Alabama Highway 21, right up the road here. Brother Darrell Perriman will be bringing you a message. All right. All kinds of good things going on. We hope you getting yourself registered. Oh, by the way, Brother Charlie Stallworth is going to be coming to the church up the road as well. Savannah, where Reverend Corey Mara is the pastor. And we hope that you stop by there and check out two hometown preachers. Reverend Corey Mara and Charlie Stallworth. We hope you check them out. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. What can we find here? Okay. It's a 4 o'clock in the morning here on Good Morning Beatrice, Alabama. Now you can call us at 1-251-362-1935. The telephone is on, but everybody is asleep. That's good too. Anyway, we thank you for being here with us. Somebody give us a call on this early morning. Let's see here. We're going to go to Facebook and see who's up this morning. You can see that by I see King of King Gospel Fest is on. Let's see, can I get him maybe say something this morning? I don't know if we will. We're going to see, can we reach him by the phone? We're going to see, can we reach him? I know it's early in the morning. He usually be going to work. King of King Gospel Fest coordinators. Okay. Anyway, God is good. That's Mr. Ike Richardson. I don't know who is on. Maybe Helen. Never can tell. But anyway, God's good. We are live at HOWC Housey Radio. If you want to talk, call 1-251-362-1935. We are live at Housey Radio. If you want to call 1-251-362-1935. We just gonna share that. Oh, they're gone. That's okay. God's good. All right. It's all right. Absolutely all right. Anyway, as we move around here in the studio, we hope you will be taking care of your personal business on this Wednesday as school starts tomorrow, Thursday. School starts tomorrow, Thursday, August the 4th. School start. Buses will be rolling. Be careful. Be careful. Because things happen, and you need to be really careful and watchful for the kids as you move about on the first day of school. Special shout out to the new principal, Miss Yarborough at J.F. Shields High School. God bless her and be with her and guide her as she began her leadership at J.F. Shields High School. Also, Mr. Pugh, the former principal, has moved on, and we pray that God be with him and guide him in his future endeavors, and thank him for what he did at J.F. Shields High School. The garden is looking good. We've been out all this past week getting it ready for the students when they return to campus on Thursday. Last year we taught one day out of the week, and we also worked with the 21st century students after school, and we have new things to show them and new plans for them. The sweet potatoes that the kids last year in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades sat out are ready to be harvested, and perhaps those students will be harvesting those potatoes this coming week or the next week there at J.F. Shields High School. That's what it's all about. Students learning about fish. They learn about gardening. In fact, we got 21 raised beds. 21 raised beds out there at J.F. Shields. No, 31. I'm sorry, 31 raised beds that the students helped build. And as we slide stuff around here in the studio, a little bit noisy, but God's good. Let's move that up some. Let's see, what do we have in the CD player? We got some old music in the turntable, and it's going to go to, let's see what it's going to play. The CD player, we don't know what's on there, but queued up, but we're going to turn it on and see what we can hear here. Let's see here. That's a song. It's a song that we play J.F. Shields for stepping up and stepping out. Yeah, that's it.
Are you ready?
Good morning, Beatrice, Alabama. J.F. Shields, are you ready?
J.F. Shields. Are you ready?
for stepping up and stepping out.
For stepping up
Let's listen to it.
and stepping out. Yes, yes. Are you ready for stepping up and stepping out? Step to the left, step to the right. It doesn't matter how you step, as long as you're ready to step all night. Step to the left, step to the right. It doesn't matter how you step, as long as you're ready to step all night. Step to the left, step to the right. It doesn't matter how you step. Step as young as you are ready. Step, step all night. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, slap your chest, tap your feet. It doesn't matter, all you are looking so good to me. Boys and girls stepping left, boys and girls stepping right, boys and girls here and here, stepping and stepping, stomping and stepping, stepping all night. Step to the left, step to the right. It doesn't matter how you step, because you're gonna be stepping and stomping all night. Slide your feet to the left, slide your feet to the right. Step up, step back, jump up, jump back, jump to the side, jump to the left, jump right, jump left. It doesn't matter how you jump and stomp, as long as you are jumping and stomping all night. Yeah, yeah, jumping and stomping and stepping out. Yeah, yeah, jumping, stomping, stepping left, stepping right. Yeah, yeah, stepping and stomping, jumping all night. Yeah, yeah, stepping here, stepping there. As long as you are stepping, you are looking good to me. Step on up, step on back. It doesn't matter how you step, as long as you are stepping and jumping all night. Move here, move there, stomp here, stomp your chest, stomp your feet, stepping up, stepping back, slide and slide here and there, as long as you are stepping and stomping and running everywhere. Do it here, do it there, step on up, step on out, as long as you're stepping and jumping all night long. Yeah, yeah, stepping left, yeah, yeah, stepping right, yeah, yeah, stepping and jumping and stomping, clapping their hands over their head, clapping their hands behind their back. It doesn't matter whether you stomp and jump, as long as you jump and step and stomp all night. Stepping here, stepping there, it doesn't matter how you step, as long as you're stepping here and there all night. Step up, step back, step up, step back, slide to the left, slide to the right. It doesn't matter how you slide and step, as long as you slide and step all night.
Let's play it one more time. That song is called Stepping. Stepping, J.F. Shields High School.
Are you ready? Chill. Are you ready? Stepping up and stepping out. Chill. Are you ready? Stepping up and stepping out. Step to the left, step to the right. It doesn't matter how you step, as long as you're ready to step all night. Step to the left, step to the right. Doesn't matter how you step, as long as you're ready.
Hey, good morning, Greg. Hello.
Hey, man.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah.
What you got going on this morning?
Oh, I'm just talking about community news and stuff that's happening around Beatrice. I've been on for about an hour or two. What you got going this morning?
You get on this?
Huh?
What time you start?
Oh, I usually start 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, but I was up and couldn't sleep, so I went live about 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning.
Well, you doing the exact same thing that I've been doing, man. I couldn't sleep. I've been up, throughout, brother. Throughout.
Yeah.
Man, I had no idea you was up at this time broadcasting, brother.
Yeah, I usually come on at 5 o'clock in the morning, but sometimes 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, anywhere from 5:30 to 7:30. I usually stay on a couple of hours, and I had a good show on today. Was talking about political stuff, getting ready to vote. I'm hoping a lot of people getting themselves ready to vote too, man. Because what's been happening with you?
No, I can't complain. I can't complain at all, buddy.
You ready for?
I can't complain.
You ready for Thursday morning?
What's going on Thursday morning?
School start. Them buses gonna be rolling, brother. August the 4th.
That's what? That's this week?
That's right. The first day of school.
Are you serious?
Man, that's it.
I did not know that. I thought the kids came back on Monday. I thought it was Monday.
No, August the 4th is the first day. They may show up Monday, but the first day is August the 4th. Sure will.
Wow. I'm glad you shared that with me.
Yeah. You got some packages. You got some.
I had no idea.
You got some packages there at your house are gonna be ready for that unless they graduated.
They have.
Oh, that's why you don't know. Yeah, you know what?
I would have.
You if they'd have been in school, you'd have been closed up, closed out, and hidden. You'd have went and hid the credit card.
You know that, man, and you know that, man. And you know that.
Yeah.
That's the reason I wasn't aware of it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, look at here.
They don't walk. They walk across that state.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I said that. Yeah. You go ahead. You would tell me about them going across that stage. I was there. Go ahead.
Yeah, that have come in past, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I'm gonna tell you what I did. And I got up every single morning at 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
And I made sure I got up and cook them a hot breakfast every morning before they left out the door.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how we grew up. That's what my grandmother did.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once they walked across that stage, that hot breakfast seat, they was on their own. Then.
they're gonna have to start fixing their own hot breakfast.
Oh, they have.
Are going to a job.
You know, I had. Oh yeah. Oh, they're doing that already.
Yeah.
You know, but I think they start Coastal next week though.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, yeah.
Yeah, right down the road.
Absolutely.
Keep it at home, boy.
Right down the road. I'm gonna send them down. That's it. I'm gonna send them down there for a couple of years. Then I'm gonna let them go up there on the yard.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If they handle Coastal, they can be ready for the next step.
Well, I need to put my stamp on it.
Yeah.
I gotta put my stamp on it.
Yeah, your stamp of approval. And hopefully that'll hold them.
Turn boys into men.
That's it. Boys to men.
It will.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right.
But look here. I was not able to catch up with Mr. G. I went to his house. Reverend Corey Morrow also tried reaching him. He's a tough fellow to catch up with, but God's good. He was fighting about the issue of the ferry and how they're going to split that money up and stuff like that.
Fighting that issue, but he's been fighting that one for 20 or 30 years, man.
I know.
And I just don't see them. I don't see them, to be honest, Freddie. I don't see them allocating that kind of money to that ferry because of the amount of people that's there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not a major, you know, it's if there was a ton of people there, then yes. But you know, I mean I don't think it's cost effective what it is. It's gonna take a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot just to get a company to come in and give you estimates. You know, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
The last meeting that I was at, you know, they was talking about how much it would just hire a company just to come in and regulate and give you an estimate of how much that would cost.
How much money were they talking about?
But for some reason, I mean, just for a company just to come in was like $150,000, not to fix it. That's just to come in and give you an estimate of everything that's got to be done.
Man,
and that's crazy.
Woo.
That's almost like they did up here in Tunnel Spring about that. That's, you know what? That's the same stupidity they was doing about that trail up here from Tunnel Spring up there across the driveway that they was going to run it through the swamp all the way up to Beatrice.
Yeah.
The same thing. They allocated over 1.5 million to that one, and it went straight to the swamps and died. That's where the trail went. Straight. You know, it was crazy.
There's a whole lot of folks in situations that, like we were talking about here, like the ferry or like the trail there in Tunnel Spring, the different thing. There are a whole lot of folks don't want nothing happening around here. Absolutely zero. They want it to stay just like it is.
And why is that?
That's because that's the white folk.
Matter of fact, that's what, you know what? That's what one of the what did this guy man? He was one of the old commissioners. He got voted out. That's exactly what he told me.
That's what's happening around here.
It's been like this, you know. I believe that because that can't. He spilled that out of his mouth.
Yeah.
We've been doing it this way. We don't need to make it a change. You know, you don't even need those kind of people. You know, they're representing the peoples in the county. If that's what you think.
Well, see, that's to all our listeners, we're talking to Brother Greg Marshall. He's a friend of ours here in the county, and he's a bush beater around here. He takes care of things, and he got two sons that's going to be attending down that Coastal College right down the road. They just graduated from J.F. Shields. He's a retired military man, and he's a man that can get some things done. He will say what he needs to say, and I appreciate him being whoever he is.
Not afraid to get it done. Not afraid to get it done. That's the key around here.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid. If you want to get something done, you can't be afraid.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, see, that's
You
that.
gotta go out there and beat the bush and beat the system.
That's it. But that's one of the key elements around here. People want this to stay deer hunting. They don't want nothing. They think they keeping away the elements of humanity and crime and different stuff. But guess what? The same drugs that you got in New York City, guess where they are? They are in Beatrice, Alabama. They are here in Monroe County. They are in Tunnel Springs. They are in Riley Crossing. They are in McWilliam. The same devil that's in Vietnam or in Korea, in Japan, or in over in Russia, that same devil, guess what? He is right where, Mr. Marshall? He is right here.
Right here on domestic soil.
What you say? On domestic shore. Oh.
That's what it is. It's right here on domestic soil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What you got?
It's gonna stay here.
Yeah. What you got? You want to tell the folks about this morning? What's important? What's pressing on your mind?
I guess the obvious. Well, I guess the obvious. For how two things. Number one, nobody have reached out to me, and you had mentioned the other day, they wanted to get a chapter of the NAACP here started here, and we badly need a chapter. And what had happened was, I think the last chapter we had was President was H.B. Williams, and I guess they never put anybody in mentor the person and that could take over.
Yeah.
And that's what we got. That's what we got to start doing. We got to start taking some young people and mentor them, and when that range is ready to be passed over, they ready.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we got to start doing that. We even in our church,
Mm-hmm.
we got to do the same thing there. We're gonna eventually get old and die out, so we need somebody to pick up their range and keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
But we, I'm gonna start contacting some people and see what it's gonna take, because, like I was speaking with you the other day, for Howard, is the people that you actually want, to head our chapter of the NAACP are people that's not afraid to voice their opinion, not afraid to get their hands dirty.
Yeah.
We don't need anybody that's passive and afraid to speak. That defeats the purpose.
Absolutely.
That defeats the purpose. We don't need nobody there just for, a photo op, or just to say, well, I'm the president. You need somebody that's going to make some things work.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's why I was talking to you the other day, about, we probably need to make something happen in that particular arena.
Mm-hmm.
We have to, because we've been, since COVID has come and it's gone and it's coming back up.
Mm-hmm.
We just can't sit idle by
Mm-hmm.
and not get there for our people. We definitely need that. Now, the second thing is, then the action, the school started.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard, now, this is not a confirmation, and I mentioned to you the other day, the JFCA has a principal. Well, I understand at first I heard was the vice principal, but then I heard today that Pew had applied for a job back at principal there at Shield. I heard that today. So,
are you kidding me?
I was going to contact you today and see, have you heard? That's what I got today, and it came from a very reliable source. Absolutely,
Man.
absolutely. It's kind of crazy, but that's what's out. But I'm
I
gonna try to confirm it.
yeah. Well,
Sometime today. But that's what I heard.
well. I've been out to the school. I've been out to the school all week in preparation of for the kids' return to the garden and to the fishery and stuff like that. And oh, by the way, tomorrow is Wednesday. Well, today is Wednesday. If you ain't got nothing to do,
Today is Wednesday.
yeah,
Yeah.
ride up to the school this morning while it's cool and look around. If you ain't got nothing to do now, ride up
I
there.
was gonna do that.
Huh?
I was planning on do that because when I heard that, Pew had applied for it back, I said I'm just gonna go up to the school today and myself and
Ask her. Yeah.
ask around and
Yeah. Well, look here.
Gonna do that.
Well, look here. I'm gonna be out there I go out early. It's 15 minutes to about 20 minutes to 5 now, but I could go out around 7:30 in the morning while it's cool, and I do a few things out in the garden, make sure the sprinkler is on, and check the fish inside and stuff like that. So I would like for you to come up and take a look in there, since you've been up there before, but what we're doing and what we're planning. We applied for a grant through the Tennessee Tom Bigby Regional Commission, but we haven't been successful so far. And most of the money that we get is from vegetables that we sell or stuff like that. When people make contribution, we're a 501c tax exempt organization. But anyway, come up there this morning and take a look around, and we may just bump into each other. I hope you're successful in finding out the information. But I the thing about that, if even though she is the interim principal and she stepped in when he stepped away, if he's coming back or if one of you want him back, I don't know how she's dealing with that or what that situation is. That's the thing about being in positions of leadership. You got to be able to deal with situations, and I'm hoping that she will be able to deal with whatever that's taking place, and they give her the due respect that she deserves. And if he,
and I think she would do an excellent job.
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
Now here's the thing about that.
Absolutely,
the reasons that he left before, are those reasons that been eliminated, or is they still there? See, that's the thing about being in a leadership position. You got to be one strong person. You got to be one strong person, correct. Mr. Marshall. You can't be.
That is correct. That's
controlled by your wife, your friends, your buddies, or whatever. The important thing about what you're doing is professionalism and leadership. And you rely on technology and your knowledge and your skills for leadership and doing what is right in that particular arena in which you're in. And education is a very tough dog arena. And there are some mean folks in there, backstabbers and troublemakers. I made a comment this morning on the radio about new teachers. Don't come in there with no mess. People are mess stirrers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're an old teacher, stop carrying gospel up and down the hall and all the junk that going. You are there to teach. Them kids already come in there with a burden if they're not prepared to be taught when they left the house. You got your hands full. That's just to get their attention. And you out there squabbling and keeping a mess up and down the hall. And man, ooh, you ain't a team player. Every time somebody do something, you got to knock it. Man, go ahead. You got the flow. Go ahead.
Here's my take on that, okay? And I want to talk about leadership. You can either be born a leader or you can be, and you can be taught how to become a leader and shown, and that is done through mentorship. It's extremely important that our young people find or have someone to mentor them. And we actually look down on mentorship, Bro Howard. I'm gonna tell you something. When I finished undergraduate school there in Huntsville, I went directly into the military, got commissioned in as a second lieutenant. And my peers, and these are the people that I was competing with, these guys was from, and they were officers. They were from West Point Academy and all those Irish schools where they put a lot of training in. So I had to get there, and fortunate, my first commander, he pulled me off to the side and knew where I come from. And he said, "Let me tell you something, Lieutenant Marshall. You know, I see where you come from, Alabama A&M, a small school there, and I'm gonna help you and assist you in being successful." And that was the first time that I had the opportunity to be mentored. And for the next 10 years, that's what he was to me. And I can't tell you how much that elevated me while I was being in the military. Now, here and locally, first of all, we don't have enough male leaders and teachers in the school. You follow me? And as a result of that, we have to somehow find a way to start mentoring our kids at a very early age. I'm not talking about the 11th and 12th grade. I'm talking about 7th and 8th grade. That's where it starts at. You know?
Yeah.
And if we don't, we're going to continuously have these type of discipline problems there in our schools.
I got you.
And always remember what I was told. You know, when a man stands, a boy sits down, and he listens.
Mm-hmm.
So back to what you're saying, we need strong leadership, not just in the community, but we need them in our schools.
Exactly.
We definitely need them in our schools.
Well,
and I think that's something that we probably, I don't know how, if we can establish a mentor program. I'm talking about even just there talking to the kids, sit down and have lunch with them. And even with the program that you have there with the fishery there behind the school, with the elevated crop that you plant. That's a perfect platform to mentor kids. That's a perfect platform.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I got to take my hat off, you know, to you and Brother Edwin, because you guys have been consistent with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't start and then be pulled away.
Yeah.
You can't have your hands in everything around, because you got to be, when you're dealing with young kids, you got to be consistent. If you don't be consistent, they're not going to get the message.
Mm-hmm. And guess what? While we talking here, the idea popped in my head. We we teach one day, every Tuesday for the past years. Every Tuesday, from 8:30 to 7:30 to 10, every Tuesday morning at school, and that's whatever classes are selected. That's from second all the way up to the 12th grade. Whoever their teachers and whatever during the year, we haven't had that meeting yet to see which classes will be available to come at that hour on every Tuesday. Now, last year, the second, third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth, and seventh, and eighth grade were the classes, and in fact, this week, the sweet potatoes that the second, third, fourth, and fifth grade set out last year, them kids are now going to be third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade students this year. Guess what? They're going to be able to come back this week and next week, and guess what they're going to be harvesting? Them sweet potatoes that they planted.
What's that? What you got?
Man, that's going to be awesome.
Okay, so okay.
That's going to be awesome.
Okay.
And here's the thing I was thinking about.
Transformation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here's the thing I was thinking about so far as you. When we do that afternoon session with the 21st century students, we could have a section in there. We don't meet for about an hour. You could take the first 30 minutes or the last 30 minutes and talk about leadership. Whenever we set that up, just on that day, you come up and guess what?
Mm-hmm.
You just lay it out, just like we kicking it here now. What is leadership? What does it take to be a leader?
I would gladly step into that and give that block of instruction on it. Glad.
Yeah.
Glad.
Well, when we talk,
as I mentioned earlier,
go ahead.
The sooner that we get them, the better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was thinking, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, but when I conferred, I was down there at Coastal enrolling my boys into Coastal College, and I got a chance to talk to the director down there, Kaylette, and she was telling me, Mr. Marshall said, that's too late. She said, you got to see them from working with them myself, you got to get them when they in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
6th or 7th, and start them from there. Because once they get up in 10th level, it's too late.
Yep. They already been formed.
They missed that one that has closed. We missed that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Missed that. So I think that would be an excellent idea, and I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm. Well, look here.
I'm all in.
Today, when we go out, I would like for you. I don't know what her situation is and what's going to be taking place with different things because she's trying to get her feet wet so far as her leadership there at the school as a principal. I don't know all about that. Well, you and I both are in the dark on that and what's going on, but drop that on her if it can be fitted in.
I will.
That you would like to. You have touched base with the leadership or the people there at the Pacer Corporation, and that you would like to come in, like when the 21st century meets in the afternoon after school, to give a 30-minute block of instruction on leadership. And that's from whoever comes. And guess what? Most of the time, the 21st century, usually they take, instead of going to after school detention and all that kind of stuff, they send them to Pacers. And we instruct. We don't, how you got here, that's not my problem. But since you're with me, I'm going to tell you something good. I'm going to show you something good. I'm going to let you put your hands on something good.
That makes all the...
Yeah. I'm going to let you...
Makes sense.
I'm going to let you put your hand in the fish tank and smell fish. Food.
There you go. And now you can learn something.
You can learn something.
Learn something here.
And guess what? Get something in your stomach at the same time.
At the same time.
And guess what? You may find out you got a life skill here that'll help you the rest of your life. You know, Miss Rosalind, the young man that do fix all the Bobby Nettles trucks and all this stuff that right across from New Purchase, CME Church. Guess who he started out with?
Absolutely, yeah, I do.
Guess who he started out with?
Who's that?
Right here. With me.
Okay.
With the Pacer Corporation. Remember that house across the street by the water tower there? We built that solar house. Yeah. Man, he can fix anything. He can fix anything. Yeah.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
That joke can fix anything, boy.
Wow.
Smart.
I told him when he get ready to build his shop, just tag me in. I'm coming helping. Yeah, he said he getting too old for all that heat and that cold out there, fixing that stuff. He got to build him a shop. Right on that hill, right there on. Oh, he does it outside in the element?
Yeah.
Wow, that's tough.
Yeah, he has so much work. You know what I'm saying? And I just told him, I hope you're saving your money. You're putting your.
And I'm always seeing all those. That's the one got all those vehicles and trucks there.
Yeah.
Surrounded in his yard.
That's it. Right down on top of that hill.
Okay. Yeah.
In fact, some of his.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. Some of his work is on that cement, right out there in front of New Purchase. He works now. I'm telling you.
Oh wow.
He ain't no frizzle frazzle party goer. He just works. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Remind me of Mr. Frank Tuck in that old store. In fact, that old store was right there. Remember? Yep.
No, I don't recall that one. I do not recall that.
Mr. Frank Tuck had an old store right down there hill.
What?
Yeah.
It was right there
on
that hill?
On top of that hill there.
What time frame? What time frame? What year group was this?
Oh, this was in the 40s, in the 50s, the 60s.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Frank Tucks.
And that was before my time.
Yeah.
That was before my time. I came along around there in the 70s.
Yeah.
I don't remember a store there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Where you are with your plants now? How many actually, the last time there was about 8 elevated platforms where you had variety of plants there. You had, I know you had cabbages and so forth.
Well,
so
we grow anything. Yeah, we are, the peas are closing down. We didn't harvest them about 3 or 4 times. Peas are closing down. Me and one of the janitors was walking through yesterday looking at, there was some blooms coming. But they are closing down. We got plenty, you know what you put, celery, celery that you put in your salads and dressings and stuff like that. We got plenty of celery to be harvested.
Okay.
We got the corn is closing down. In fact, I got one more bed to clear of corn because it been stalked out and all the corn been harvested 3 or 4 times. You maybe have 1 or 2 ears on the corn left. We got some.
Okay, great.
We got some fresh peas coming, and we really getting all the okra squared away because okra gonna bear from now all the way to December, and into January.
Oh wow!
So we are setting out okra and getting okra ready now. We got onions and garlic, jalapeno peppers, cayenne peppers, our squash, and zucchini. Zucchinis are closing down. I harvested some zucchinis the other day and cut them up, and I harvest some corn and cut some corn and mix it with the zucchinis and put it in bags. And do you know that corn and zucchini is fried on the grill when you cooking hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff? It go good. You just pop it out of the frozen bag, throw it on the grill with your hamburgers and stuff. Keep right on turning. It's good too. Zucchini. I found that out watching Facebook. Let's see what else we got. The tomatoes are closing down. We got some green tomatoes. Tomatoes are closing down, and you can still go with tomatoes again for a while. The sweet potatoes are ready to be harvested. I'm just going back over it, starting up front. Now, cabbages and collard greens, they all gone. We can do some more. You can do some fall stuff now. Cause see, it's hot now, but it's time to plant it. This is July, August, September. Time to plant it. And it's a bunch of empty beds. You'll see when you get out there, cause we just keeping it looking good and stuff like that. But there are some things that can be harvested.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact,
let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Cucumbers.
Oh, the cucumbers. I cleared the last 2 beds of cucumbers this week.
Oh, I love cucumbers.
Okay, you can do cucumbers. You can plant cucumbers again. You can plant cucumbers right now.
Yeah, love those.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
know?
Absolutely.
Of course, Sanders love. Of course, Sanders love them, right?
You know, that's actually is.
Go ahead.
I mean, I take them and slice them,
mm-hmm.
and it's very healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I can take them and slice them, and then I slice them and put them in my water,
mm-hmm.
and it's infused in there. And that's how I drink my water now,
mm-hmm.
with about four slices of cucumber in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one of the most healthiest, not vegetable. Actually, it's considered a fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's considered.
Mm-hmm.
People think it's a vegetable, but it's actually a fruit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it has the seeds in there, and those seeds is what germinate,
mm-hmm.
and it makes it grow. So, but it actually it's a fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, and I love it. Absolutely. So that'll be something that I would definitely try to get grown in there, because I buy them every week.
Well, look here. Of course, Sanders periodically came by and got them, and you could be the next guy that periodically come by and get them. But most of the time, it'd be me and my sister, my wife, some of the janitors at the school. But we had 2 beds of cucumbers, and we cleared them out yesterday, and we may plant some more because they grow. Yes, sir. They
now,
jump.
Speaking of Coach Sanders, let me ask you: speaking of Coach, is he coming back this year?
No, he retired last year. Now he retired last year. He may work in a. I don't know for sure. I do know that he was walking away last year. He turned that basketball program up.
And that's what I heard, because they turned it over to Star Wars this season.
Yeah.
So I heard he was going to be the head coach.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to find out. You know, has Coach Sanders finally retired? You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we hope.
Wow.
He has been a staple. He has been a staple, sound presence there on that campus.
Oh, you couldn't ask for anybody better than that. You know what I'm saying? That's. I mean, he's legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Legendary.
Yeah, he was at our Men's Day program, not as a speaker, but as a member of the choir. Yeah, I was gone when they had the Men's Day, but
I remember you guys was on. I remember that you guys were on family vacation though, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you got a Men's Day program,
mm-hmm.
you can count on Coach Sanders being there,
mm-hmm.
because he, you know, I reached out to him each time we had one. And this was prior to COVID,
mm-hmm.
and he was there. And
yeah.
The first time I asked him what he's speaking. He was our guest speaker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he's that sound person that you can depend on in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I always loved that about him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely going to be missed there at JFCS.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, look here.
Definitely.
I look forward to talking to you this morning at the school.
I was talking to you about earlier.
Yeah. I look forward to talking to you this morning out there at the school this morning.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And what time again that you normally?
I usually move around 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just before it get hot. Cause it would be hot for then, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I just getting ready to say, wait a minute now. yes, that's it. It starts early, man.
Yeah, that heat be moving. That heat be moving. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does.
Well, look here.
That'll definitely work.
I want to play a song. I'm just gonna put it on, and you let me know whether or not you hear it. Just hold on, just a minute.
Okay. Let's see what you got here.
Let's see, can you hear it?
All right. Don't stop.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Oh, loud and clear.
You ready?
Guess who's singing that and wrote the music?
Yeah.
That's me, brother.
You ready?
Stepping up and stepping out.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Stepping up and stepping out.
Step to the left, step to the right. It doesn't matter how you step, as long as you're ready to step all night. All right, now. Step to the left, step to the right. It doesn't matter how you step, as long as you're ready to step all night.
Can you imagine some cheerleaders doing that?
Step to the left, step to the right. It doesn't matter how you step. Step as young as you are ready. Step all night. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, slap your chest, tap your feet. It doesn't matter, all you are looking so good to me. Boys and girls stepping left, boys and girls stepping right, boys and girls here and here, stepping and stepping, stomping and stepping all night. Step to the left, step to the right. It doesn't matter how you step, because you're gonna be stepping and stomping all night.
Man, you could do that at a basketball game. Woo!
Slide your feet to the left.
Halftime.
Slide your feet to the right. Step up, step back. Jump up, jump back. Jump to the side, jump to the left. Jump right, jump left. It doesn't matter how you jump and stomp.
Can you imagine that at a homecoming?
Crazy. That would be crazy.
Yeah. Jumping and stomping and stepping out. Yeah. Jumping, stomping, stepping left, stepping right. Yeah. Stepping and stomping, jumping all night.
How you like that music?
Yeah.
That's military.
Stepping down, you are stepping. You looking good to me.
That's marching.
Step on up, step on back.
I recorded and mixed that right here in the studio.
As long as you are stepping and jumping all night. Move here, move there, stomp here, stomp your chest, stomp your feet, stepping up, stepping back, slide and slide here and there. As long as you're stepping and stomping and running everywhere.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Right
do it here, do it there, step on up, step on out. As long as you're stepping and jumping all night long. Yeah. Stepping left.
Yeah. Stepping right.
Yeah. Stepping and jumping and stomping, clapping the hands over the head,
behind the back.
Behind the back. It doesn't matter whether you stomp and jump, as long as you're jumping, stepping strong all night. All right. Stepping here, stepping there, it doesn't matter how you step, as long as you're stepping here and there all night. Step up, step back, step up, step back, slide to the rest.
That's it. But
Wow.
I recorded that about 10 years ago.
Now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Now did you write the words to it?
Yeah, I did all of that.
Write down, add the music to it.
I wrote the words, did the music.
So you wrote the music. You wrote the words first.
Yeah. Well, I wrote the music. I wrote the music first.
Go ahead.
I wrote the music first.
The music first.
Yeah. And then I added the words.
Okay.
In fact, I took it out to the school. I took it out to the school. That was over 10 or 12 years ago. And I had wanted the cheerleaders to learn that with the cheerleaders, but that was difficult steps. I mean, you had to be ready to do that live. And it's the same thing now. If you got a bunch of smart girls and boys as cheerleaders, it's gonna take a leader with me and the music, choreographing that and putting that together. That's a task. And it ain't no one day thing. That's a several month thing now. Because when you hit that flow at halftime, you're gonna be debuting something that had never been seen before. And you better be ready.
That's true.
That's showtime. That's Broadway.
That's true.
And it can be done. And in fact, I'm gonna approach the cheerleader person who's the head of. See, that's the thing about it. That cheerleader, whoever that lady is or man is, they gotta have some stuff in their head to do that. Because I wrote that music. That music was wrote 10 or 12 years ago. And the words. I play it sometimes at the game.
Now you know what I get from it?
What?
Now, I was listening to the music to it and also some of the lyrics.
Yeah.
And it was almost like a lion dance.
It is.
You know? And guess what? They're more inclined to learn that very fast in terms of it being a line dance. That's something that they will want to do and just won't look at it as a routine. You follow me so far? Yeah. Step to the left, step to the right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Clap your hands over your head, clap your hands in front, and then clap your hands behind your back. Instead of be stepping, whoo. Jump up, jump back, step back. It's also a stomp that you be doing on the college campus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's just like stepping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. And that could work too.
And it'd be unique for Shears. Man.
Exclusive.
What you say?
That's it. That's an exclusive right there, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely right there. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna try to
what you be doing in the studio there, bro?
You've never been to the inside the radio station, have you?
I think once. That was prior to COVID. That was a couple 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, if you Well, you know I'm live right now, right? So
No, I did not know that, bro.
we live right now.
No.
You are being broadcasted worldwide.
You got no, you got to share that with me. You got to tell me that stuff, man.
Hey, look at him. Look at here. You done graduated.
Are you serious?
You professional. You there is no surprises for you. Guess what? Now let me tell you where you are right now. You on Twitch.
Come on, man.
You are streaming live. You on Facebook. You on Twitter. You on LinkedIn. You are being broadcasted for nearly over 200,000 people worldwide.
Wait a minute. How many platforms you got going on there, man?
There's 6 platforms going on right now. Yeah, I said 6 platforms going on right now. Let's see. Let me go back to them. Hold on just a minute. Let me show them to you. Okay, you on Beat. You on Twitter. Okay, you on Tweet. You on LinkedIn. You on Facebook. You on Twitter. You on Facebook Live. You on YouTube. In fact, you've been on there ever since this morning. Ever since I called you. You ready?
You got why didn't you share that with me? You never said that.
Hey, no. the shock. Wow. You were looking good. You were dressed good.
Oh my.
And guess what? You sounded good. You spoke sound doctrine.
That's because I've been up. You know, I haven't been to bed.
Oh.
At all. You know.
Well, you right on time. You are right on time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And guess what?
No, I thought we did.
Go ahead. I think you did outstanding.
No, I thought. You know, well, I thank you. I appreciate that, but it'd be nice for you to share that with me. Let me know what's going on.
That would you would have.
I just walked right into it.
You would have changed your words.
I just walked right into that.
Yeah.
And I probably would have. You know that? That is, I probably would have. I didn't think about that. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I probably would have.
Yeah. Well, the part, your voice is the only thing that's being recorded. Not your video, just your voice.
Right.
I'm the one live. Now, if you go to Facebook, you go to my Facebook page. If you go to my Facebook page, you go to my Facebook page, you will see me in the studio. Go to my Facebook page, Freddie Howard.
Now, I'm going to do that.
Is you on your computer? You just on your? You got your computer in front of you, or just your cell phone?
No, I'm here in my office, man. I got my computer right here in front of me.
Yeah, go to your computer and go to Facebook, Freddie Howard. I'm dressed in a J.F. Shields shirt. You can see the studio.
All right, then.
You see it?
Not yet.
Yeah, you will see it. Yeah.
Let me check this out right now. See what we got going on. Let me see.
You made your debut to nearly 200,000 people worldwide.
Oh, wow. Thank you, bro Howard. I appreciate that.
And when you see me, I'll be ready to duck. Did you hear me?
I'll just get ready to tell you that.
When you see me, I'll be ready to duck. I'll keep my distance, like I have my mask on though. I'll have my mask on.
Let's see what you got going on. All right, let's see where we go from here. Let's see here. Punch in. Okay. Let's see. And let's see. Now, what's your page here?
Freddie C. Howard.
Bro, how?
Yeah.
What is it again?
Freddie Howard. Freddie Howard.
There we go. Up there. Let me see what we got going on here. All right, I got you pulled up here.
Freddie's.
I'm on your page.
Facebook.com/Freddie Howard.92. That's my page. In fact, I'm looking at your square. In fact, I sent you a message. I said, we are live, Greg. 1-251-362-1935. Remember that message at 4:10 a.m., 4:19 a.m.?
I did not.
You didn't read that, did you?
I have it pulled up, so no. No, I did not. No, I did not.
So when I duck, I'm going to be...
Now, see, what's pulled up here now is that's you from Sunday morning at 4 a.m.
Well, you need to go to...
Yeah, you can...
Okay, that's...
You're talking about the Sunday school lesson.
Yeah, but there's a... If you scroll down on that page, you should see another live. That's a recording you're looking at and listening to that now. That was recorded Sunday morning. That's on the page too.
Okay.
But you need to scroll down.
Now.
Scroll down.
I think I got it now.
Now you see me in the
Okay.
maroon shirt.
Yeah.
That's live.
You have your JF Shield. You got your JF Shield t-shirt. Now I got you there.
Yeah. And guess what? And if you go over to your square in your inbox, I got your name and your picture in your montage, your little picture thing that you put on Facebook. And I said, Greg, this is at 4:19 a.m. I said, we are live, Greg. 1-251-362-1935. So instead of me calling you, I call you on the computer. On Facebook. Yeah. Instead of using my cell phone.
Man, don't tell him what you be up to in that studio. Don't tell him what you be up to in that studio. Wow.
You see that equipment in the background?
Actually live this morning.
Yeah. We've been live ever since 4:19 a.m.
Damn, Howard.
You can't cuss now.
Let me take that.
It's all gone now.
You got to
look here, Greg. You know what?
You got to warn people.
Because we don't always read, right? Hey, Greg, look here.
That's true. You got to warn people.
This may be the beginning of something after we duke it out. When I come to your house, I'm gonna stay on the other side of the garage. And I'm gonna watch for them dogs.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
So this is how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That's where I do it every morning.
Well, thank you for.
You can join me every morning if you want to.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Man, we could.
Yeah.
The political stuff going on in Monroe County. See, just like me and you are here now, we could have 5 or 6 folks on different lines, man. 10 or 12 people broadcasting it all over the world. That's who old Fred Howard is. That's why you don't hear too much about me. And you know what I'm saying? I just do my thing. You know what I mean? And guess what I've had? Guess how long I've had this radio station?
And keep going with that.
Yeah, guess how long I've had this radio station? Right here.
I have
Over 20 some years.
I have no idea. Seriously.
Yeah, over 20 years.
Wow.
That's old Freddie Howard up there in Beatrice. Lots you didn't know, but now you know some more.
No idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
No idea. Now let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how would someone call in?
Call my radio. Call my cell phone number. The cell phone is hooked into the radio station. Remember I told you I didn't call you on the cell phone?
Okay.
I call you on the computer.
You say you call me on your computer?
Yeah. Yeah. Because see, if I'd have called you on my cell phone, that would have tied the cell phone. That would have tied my cell phone up for incoming calls and outgoing calls.
Okay, gotcha.
So what I do, I use the computer so other people can call in. This is how I do interviews. I interview Senator Hank Sanders like this. I interview those guys that are running against Hank Sanders. I interviewed, of course, Jerome Sanders, H.B. Williams and his wife. They came to the studio and did their interview. I did that about 5 or 6 years ago, and I missed.
Now, how about
Go ahead.
How about Brother Jackson, Thomas Jackson?
Yeah, his interview gonna be coming up. I'm just working the political side. See, I record him every Sunday night from 8 to 12:30. He got an awesome radio ministry. Woo! And I record him in this studio every Sunday night from 8 p.m. to 12:30, 4.5 hour recording. And guess what? I got in my 20 some odd years of recording and working in the radio station and doing this, do you know how many paid clients I got? Take a guess.
How many is that?
One.
I have no idea.
One paying client. Guess who that is?
Who's that?
Representative Thomas Jackson. Out of all the folks that I work with on the radio, nobody give me 1 red cent.
Wow.
Okay, now they can contribute if they want to, because I got a PayPal account. All they gotta do is click on PayPal and send me whatever they want to. It goes straight to my bank. But don't nobody do nothing. They don't do nothing, Greg. Absolutely zero.
So let me get this right. You've been had this platform here going on for 20 plus years.
Exactly.
20 plus years.
Yes, it.
And
I've been paying for it all by myself. Still paying for it. Paying for it right now.
Representative Jackson is the only
paying client.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And guess that tells you about folks' heart. That tells you about people.
Mind-boggling. That's mind-boggling. Man. Over 20 plus years.
Yeah, I don't have to beat you over the head to tell you this costs me. You know what I'm saying? How do you a radio station 24 hours a day on Blog Talk Radio, on Mixcloud, on Verb, on Facebook, on Twitter. You got to pay for that.
That's right.
And guess who pay for
Nothing in the world is free.
Yeah, guess who pay for it? I do. And I don't go around. I don't ask nobody for nothing. See, that's the difference between me and Mary.
But see that what I've always observed about you though, Bro Howard.
What?
That's how you always been, man. You just went on and did what you had to do, and then ask no one for anything.
That's it. That's me. That's Freddie Howard.
And And apparently that's been driven into your DNA.
Yeah, that's me.
From a child.
That's me.
And wow.
The one regret that I have since I've been doing this, I failed to record Ezra Cunningham. I got a lot of words and stuff and things that he said, but I didn't record him live. Ooh, I hate that. Ooh.
Wow.
Now
you remember.
Go ahead.
You remember I was, a little child, and you probably have a better idea than I did, but I remember I was in grade school and I used to listen to him on the radio every Sunday.
Papa Chat.
Every Sunday.
Papa Chat.
Was it Papa Chat?
That's him.
Papa something.
Papa Chat.
And nobody has been on since then.
I've been here for 20 years.
Wow.
Ezra Cunningham was on WMFC in Monroe.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. That's where he was.
That's it. That's where he was.
You can hear him on the radio every Sunday. We'll be playing
That's
gospel
it.
and be talking about different topics in the black community.
That's it. And guess who? Guess the man that ran the Monroe Journal? He ran the radio station. And I'm going to tell you a story right now. I said the man that ran the Monroe Journal ran the radio station. Stewart. What's the man that owned the Monroe Journal now bought the station from Stewart. Bought the newspaper from Stewart. Yeah, Stewart owned it first. Yeah, Bobo bought it from Stewart. Yeah.
So, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Stewart had it initially.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story that's absolutely true. When I was on the school board, I fought 6, 7, 8 years to get that gym built and finally got it built. I was in Washington, D.C. when they had the grand opening. I was in Washington. But anyway, Mr. Wolfhart called me. He said, Mr. Howard, this grand opening coming up and you in Washington. I said, well, that's all right. That's good. Y'all just do your thing. I ain't got to be there. My name on the side of the building. Right. That's enough for me. But anyway, when I was on the school board, when we finally got the contract approved to build the gymnasium, and they had just about finished it, and it was finishing up, and was down to the point of putting bleachers in there, the school board said at the board meeting, with me in the board meeting too, they didn't have the money to put the bleachers in there. And I went off in the board meeting. The school the system had promised the schools to jail shields for over 30 years. They hung that over Reverend Brown's head for 25, 30 years, never gave it. And when I got on the board, I dropped everything that was happening in the school system except building that gym. And you can bet your butt I stomped and raised some kind of hell. Finally, they built that gym. Wow. And guess what? When they built that gym, they said they didn't have money to put bleachers in there. Guess what I said at the board meeting, in the board meeting, with all the reporters there, including Mr. Stewart, old man Stewart.
That's it.
I said I would get the damn money myself. And guess what? He stopped and told them, don't nobody print that. Y'all ain't got to print that. Don't print it. Dude, and Mike Quarles was a young buck then. And he pointed at Mike Quarles. He said, don't put it in this article. Because I think he was just as pissed as I was, Mr. Stewart. That you done spent all this money to build this fabulous gym and you ain't got money to put bleachers in it? Who you kidding? And guess what?
That's crazy.
Guess what? Guess what I did? I went out and got the money. Guess who gave the money?
Wow.
Thomas Jackson.
Who's that?
Thomas Jackson. Thomas Jackson gave money. 10,000. Hank Sanders, 10,000. Guess who else gave big money? Nearly 40-something thousand. Vanity Fair gave me 40,000.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. Vanity Fair.
Vanity Fair, $40,000.
Oh my God.
That's my first term on the board.
Wow.
And guess what?
That's
After that, after all them earth-shattering, breaking things took place, when I ran for the second time, I lost every time. That's why I do what I do with the help of God. That's why this station been here for 20-some years.
that's a long time. That's 20-some years now. It's almost like a lifetime, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm looking at a poster that I did in Gospel Fest 2001 at Coastal Community College. I'm looking at it right now. That's why I brought in gospel artists from all over the country to Coastal Community College. I've been at it a while, Greg.
Wow, that's saying something right there. 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
As they say, as my wife said, they call around here Freddie, they call you old Freddie Howard. Now, Greg, you know a little bit more about what they call me, old Freddie Howard. Old Freddie Howard, blah, 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 blah.
I know a lot about Ohio.
Oh, man.
Yeah. He get on the computer and call you up at wee hours in the morning. and one time.
And it'd be documented, but he won't tell you to read the fine print. I'm sorry, Greg. It's all good. It's really all good. I really thank you for being faithful and doing what you do.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's see. Veronica Headhunter reacted to your live stream. They're waking up now to us. The morning Facebook.
And
yeah.
And again, where all are you currently broadcasting, Free?
Okay. Let me go to the live stream feed. I'm going to the live stream feed. Okay. They finna post now. We're live streaming on Twit. That's TWITCH. We are live streaming on LinkedIn. That's over 1 million some followers at that place. We're live streaming on Freddie C. Howard, House C Production Gospel. You're live streaming on Freddie C. Howard, the one that you're looking now. So we're live streaming at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're live streaming at 6 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4 or 5. We're live streaming at 5 places. 5. I got 7. I picked that 7 because that's God's number. But I'm live streaming on 5 of them now. Worldwide.
Wow. Unbelievable.
And guess how many faithful listeners that listen to me average 140,000.
What?
Yeah. You can go to open up a window and type in House C Production Gospel. Open up a new window, your Google search. Go to your Google search. Keep your Facebook page, all of that. Just go to your Google search and type in House C Production Gospel, or else just type in hashtag HOWCEE, all capital letters. Now, what that's going to bring up is my worldwide connections.
Okay.
Just type in HOWCE or type in House C Production Gospel. HOWCEE Production, PRODUCTIONS Gospel.
Wow.
You found it?
Man, you have thrown me for
for
a loop this morning. You got a lot of stuff. You got a lot of stuff going on right here, bro. A lot of stuff. Oh man. Wow.
That's my business page.
All right.
Your business.
That's what that is.
Yeah. 771 views.
Okay.
That's small. It went to my business page,
That's
right?
Small.
I said it went to my business page, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You see me and Edwin down there on the picture, right? At the garden.
Wow. Yeah. How's he doing? I heard once his health wasn't
Well,
doing
he has been having problems with his eyes and he's doing okay. He's not active like he usually be at the garden and different stuff. But he stays abreast of what's going on. He handles the finances, and I do the finding grants and finding money and stuff like that. But Edwin handles the finances and the bank account and different stuff like that. We all live now. I'm nothing saying is here. This is the truth about who I am and what I do. But Edwin Moore is a good man.
I got you, man.
He's a good man. Him and his wife. Them good folks. Them good folks.
You cannot find a better couple than them two, man.
Man, I love Edwin and him.
Man, I tell you, I'm telling you,
man.
I'm telling you.
It's but anyway, if you scroll down, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On Google, I got 5 feeds from worldwide. You can click on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it'll take you something different about me. Now that's good for one man.
Wow.
I got a 4.0 rating. That's one shy of 5. And see, most folks don't know. You see, most folks here in Beatrice are right in front of them. You know what I'm saying, Mr.? When I say right in front of them, they don't know about all the folks around them in the community. They don't know. Say, for instance, like me. Do you know how many years they promised that gym to J.F. Shields, Beatrice community? Over 30 years they promised it. But when I came on the board in 72, I believe, 72. 82, I believe. I'm getting old too, Greg. But anyway, I was on the board for 8 years. No, 6 years. I think it's a 6-year term. Yeah, 6-year term. I was on it. And guess what? I got stuff done. But I had some kind of enemies. And they still here today. You know who one of them is. Or was. May still be. You know we talked about it.
Who's that?
Well, you know who we talked about in the garage.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you, man. Okay.
There's some folks. That's why I was telling you about the NAACP. If I take that, I'm not going to be playing on no tit tap. We're going to take care of business. And yet you can't be scared. Just like I brought them folks in from Huntsville, the Women League of Voters out of Huntsville. It wasn't but a few. If the folks who really knew about who I was, that place would have been full. But that ain't how it operates. You got 4 or 5, 1 or 2 people that gets everything done. Like you got an organization, you can't have about 3 or 4 folks working. You can't have no 10 or 15 or 20 people working. You'll have chaos because they can't get along.
Yes, you will.
Most of the time you operate with about 7 people at the most in your circle. And in my circle down here, there's me, there's Edwin Moore, Heather, my wife. That's about it. And my sister.
Wow.
I don't need their money.
No, I'm absolutely.
You see what I'm getting at?
No, you don't.
I don't need their money. All I need is God and faith. That's the thing about what goes on in Monroe County. Okay, do you know the story of the bypass right there in Turner Spring, right there before you turn into County Road 42? Do you know how that come about?
Wow. No, I do not.
All right, how that came about?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
You know, folks have been killed in that Falconberry Curve for years. I mean, some kind of folks got killed over there.
For years, man.
Okay.
For years.
Okay. How that came about? Me,
all the time.
Yeah, me, Ezra Cunningham, my sister Eloise, my cousin Johnny Jones, Henry Jones' wife, Francis Starwer. We were the inside warriors. Now, our first battle with Ezra Cunningham, our first battle was with the pole mill. We got the pole mill closed. So me, Eloise, my sister Eloise Howard, with Eloise Watts, Johnny Jones, Henry Jones, Ezra Cunningham, H.B. Williams, Willie Frank wasn't too much in the battle with closing the pole mill. That's mostly us. But Willie Frank was in a lot of them battles. But anyway, we battled with the Environment Protection Agency up there in Montgomery and the big white brothers and sisters. Francis Starwer was our enemy at first, but we finally got the pole mill closed. I'm leading up to the curve now. We finally got the pole mill closed. We first got them to underpin them tanks because a lot of folks in Beatrice over the past years have died from cancer from them pole mills. That creosote, that killed a bunch of folks around here. You didn't know that, but a lot of folks died from that pole mill. That's because that creosote was seeping into the Beatrice water system. We finally got the Environment Protection to come in and put seals up under all of them tanks. Back then there was open pits. They had to stop and redo them thing and put seals on it so that stuff wouldn't seep into Alabama to the Beatrice water system. All right, down below that water system, when you go down that road or when you come up on the right hand side, there was a bunch of ponds on that side. All them ponds dead. That creosote killed them fish, and folks was eating them fish and catching them fish for years. And just when you get into Beatrice, if you look to your right, where Doc Black brother got all that old equipment out there, you'll see a little thing out there. That's the only thing left. And I bet that thing poison is a snake right today. That's just my opinion. But anyway, we finally got it closed. And we battled Francis Starr was up in Montgomery at a bunch of meetings. You know about some cussing, knock down, drag out meeting. We did it for years, but we finally got that pole mill closed. All right. Our next battle was to get that curve straightened out, Falconberry Curve, get it straightened out. But guess what we ran into? An amphibian called a red salamander. And that red salamander prevented us from getting that curve straightened out. And when in one of the meetings, I used to go down to Francis Starr and sit in that office and talk to him when he was running that pole mill. Talked to him many day. I convinced him, I said, join us on the fight to get that curve straightened out. I also asked him to join in the fight to get this road down to the football field. He joined me in that fight. And we got the road down to the football field that you see now. That's me and my mama. All right. When we got in the battle to straighten that curve out, the Environment Protection Agency and the big white folks stopped us because of the environment protection of that endangered species, the salamander. And on my page, you're going to see, especially on my page, you'll see that picture because I did a story about it about 3 or 4 weeks ago on this program right here. What happened was they wouldn't let us straighten the curve out because that salamander is bedded down in there. That's where they breed, down there in that Falconberry curve right now, this very moment. And that's an endangered species in America. So what we did, we got them to compromise and build that bypass out there right before you turn the go County Road 42.
True.
Yep.
That's true.
And when when we found out Francis Starr was with us at a board at one of the meetings we had in Montgomery, when they told us that we couldn't build that road, and Francis Starr was cussed and said, "You mean to tell me y'all gonna let a damn lizard," I'm saying the exact words, "stop us from building this road that done killed hundreds of people over the years? That's what y'all gonna do?" And we knew right then he was with us in that meeting. He died from cancer. He died from cancer. Probably from drinking that same water.
Oh, wow.
That's just my opinion. That's why most people around here died. A lot of white folks died from that pole mill. Now, his wife was up at the garden with the Beatrice Garden Club about 2 weeks ago. Did you see them pictures I posted? Mary posted?
I did see those. They was real.
Huh? It's on Pacers.
Yes. I didn't see them initially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always say paper.
Yeah. But that's all them pictures are on the Pacers page. Now we are going to begin to work together, and I want you to help us join us in this. We are, well, the Beatrice Garden Club is working on building a Veterans Memorial thing like you see in that curve coming out of Uri, off to the right. It's like you see down at Vanity Fair. I've been down there at the golf course. There's a Veteran Memorial Park in Beatrice. And I'm going to help him all the way I can, any kind of way I can. I hope you join us.
Wow.
This is a good Wednesday morning, Brother Greg.
Wow.
You hear me?
I just noticed.
Yeah. Yeah. Ms. Nettles reacting to our live video from 16 minutes ago. Folks are just not checking in, catching us live now. But God's good. I pray each morning before I start the show.
All the time, my brother. All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. Look here.
All the time.
It's 10 minutes to 6. We've been on now about 2 hours or so. 2 hours and 44 minutes, in fact. Look here. Look how time flies. Greg, I'm going to tell you.
It does, man.
This has been a very good morning for me and the radio station. I appreciate you, son. I appreciate the honesty, your integrity. You're punching me in the mouth, but not telling me that we are live, Greg, at 1-251-362-1935 at 419. I should have hit that first, but I didn't. But God's good. It's in your inbox. No, it ain't funny.
Man, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
That's what I know. That's what you know.
Yeah. Okay, then look here. It's 10 minutes to 6. So I'm gonna play our song. Let me go back to cut number 2, JF Shields, and I'm gonna close it out. Before I play it, let's see, go back and start it there. Let's put pause. Okay, cut number 2. I like that song. We're gonna close it out with that song this morning. Look here. You want to say anything before we go off there?
Well, yes, I do. First of all, I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to share some thoughts with you this morning. I had no idea, but I can do front too. I actually enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
But it has been an absolute pleasure, and I challenge you that we can do this again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I would like to.
All right.
And in the meantime, yes, I'm gonna try to up and get up to Shield around about 8:30 this morning, because I need to run down and see exactly what they're gonna be doing with the championship this year, and then I'll look for you on back.
Okay.
In the back of the building.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's where I'll be.
Yes, I mean, I had no idea. I had no idea you've been had this platform for 20 plus years. I had no idea you only got one person that's paying client that's from Tommy Jackson. Other than that, then you pay every dime.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea you had me in that. You got what, 5, 6 platforms that you're appearing on, and you sitting there putting music together and putting something. Man, you are one man. So you're doing everything up in that studio. So I want to commend you, Freddie. I want to give a man his flower while he still lives. I see what you do with the fishery, with the plants around there for the school. It's like you are 100% vested in JF Shields, man. And even right now, there's nobody right now probably don't have a JF Shields on right now, but you,
Mm-hmm.
but you. That's how much you are 110% vested into that school. So I want to say thank you, man, for all you do. All you do for the community, for right there in Beatrice and Monroe County.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate
Absolutely. You've been that pillar you've been that pillar in the community. You know, I know ever since I've been back here. I come back here in 2016, and apparently way before then. So I look up to you on that one. I appreciate you, and I just want to say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, and I want to say that, and I want to say that to you in front of all your listeners.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to know exactly what you do here in Beatrice and Monroe County. And you've been doing this kind of a long time, man. A long time. Long time.
Over 60 some years.
That's crazy.
And I'm 75.
But since you always been that pillar in the community. Every time I go to a football game, you up there on the announcer. I go to a basketball game, you're there. I mean, you're that integral part of JFC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And just thank you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we cannot praise you enough. We cannot give you enough for what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, you know what I noticed? It's all volunteer.
Yeah. I do it from the heart.
You go ahead.
It's in me.
Without asking for it, without asking for a dime, without expecting it. If something has to be done, you go into your own pocket. You don't see that.
Mm-hmm. And in fact,
you don't see that. You never see that.
And in fact, the only time I have been paid for work at Shields started about 4 or 5 months ago. when I took on the challenge of maintaining the football and the facilities next to the baseball field and next to the lagoon. I took that challenge on, and I told them, I've been volunteering for 50 years for Sheila, but I cannot do this at 75 years old for free.
I don't blame you.
That's when I got my first payment for doing something at Shield. And if you take a look at that football field when you come over there today, you will see why. It's immaculate.
But that's what I plan to do.
Well, I got a little bit.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember, and this was before COVID. At the start of it, I remember you was talking to me about going down there to the school and moving some stuff around and cutting some grass. This was about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea that you was doing it, you know, out of the goodness of your heart.
I did it for free a couple of times.
No idea.
I did it for free a couple of times, but my family, my daughters, them the ones that are away from here, got involved in it. They said, Daddy, you've been working at Shield for 75, 50 years, free. You can't go down there and maintain that football field for free. You can't do that, Daddy. You cannot do that, Daddy.
I agree.
They said, you 75. And that's when I said, yeah, okay, I better make some change. When them children get to fussing at you about your volunteering, you know what to do. You better start listening to them. So I did. But God has been good, Mr. Marshall.
Brother, I all the time, and I commend you. I can't commend you enough. And that's coming from the bottom of my heart. And I know I speak for a lot more people here in this community, friend. Mm-hmm. It's just not coming out of Marshall, my mouth alone. I know I speak for a whole lot more. And even if they may not say anything to you or appreciate it, but I know I speak for them. Mm-hmm. We there, you know, what would happen if there wasn't no Freddie Howard up there in Beatrice or around Shield? What would happen there at a football game, at a basketball game? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So thank you, brother.
Yeah.
For everything you do. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And I pray to God that He gives you the inspiration and the courage to continue what you do.
Yeah.
I pray that God continue to give you the strength, the help for you to continue what you do. Yeah. So on behalf of the community, the school, everybody, we thank you, brother. We thank you. We thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm God willing.
And I just, because there's nobody doing everything that you're doing but you. And for people that don't know this, your listeners this morning, this is what Brother Howard been doing for years. For years. And the same thing he does here in that school, he does it there at the church.
Yeah.
I go to annual church, there you go again.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Man, you got to be the hardest working man in Monroe County. Yeah. You know, they used to say that James Brown was the
hardest working man in show business. Man, he be dripping wet up there, them. Me and Lewis Watts used to go to Mobile to see him live. That's when I was in high school. Man, Mama would fuss at us before we leave and fuss at us before we get. That's just to keep us in line while we were down there. And Miss Martha Ann be fussing. Huh? Me and Martha Ann be fucking that Lewis too. That's before we left. They give us a little spending money and money to drive and have gas. That's in high school, Greg. Going to see James Brown in Mobile at the Civic Auditorium. Man, when we saw that building, that was the biggest building we'd ever seen. No, Lewis lived down there, but anyway, yeah.
It had to be.
Yeah.
Now, I never, in my life, never got a chance to see him perform live.
Man, what a show. Woo!
I can only imagine.
And if he hadn't changed, yeah, go ahead.
Just like yourself, he was dubbed as the hardest working man in showbiz.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he'd be absolutely wet.
That was his brand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he gives it all.
Mm-hmm.
Every show, you see him, he gives it his all. So I put both of you all in the same corner right there. Mm-hmm. You all, whatever you do, you give it your all, bro.
Well, look here, I was remembering sometimes that they would, at the end of the show, they would have put a new cape on it, and they would say that other cape wet. Oh man. Okay, Greg, it had been fun, son.
Yes, it has.
This Wednesday, August the 3rd, 2022. And the program is called Good Morning Beatrice, Alabama, 36425. That's the name of the program.
Okay.
Good Morning Beatrice, Alabama.
Morning,
yeah,
good. And the zip code.
Yeah, Good Morning Beatrice, Alabama, 36425. Well, Greg, I enjoyed it, son.
Same here, man.
Yeah.
Same here. And this was easy.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. What I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And see, when I hadn't even gotten into what's going on here in the county politically,
mm-hmm.
you know. So that's going to be a whole new platform there in itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
yeah,
something else, man.
Yeah. Well, look here.
I like what you got going on.
Well, I appreciate you coming on and letting me impose on your nighttime up hours, 3 a.m. in the morning, and keep them young men walking in the path.
Definitely.
And
definitely.
Yeah.
That's some work there.
Yeah.
You've been doing this, but I'm just now.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Absolute.
Well, look here.
And
go ahead. Close it out before I start the music.
I was just saying that with young black men with teenagers, you got to stay on them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stay on them and every day. Because I know that they don't get things like we got it. We were told once, but you got to continue to tell them because their brains are wired totally different from that of ours. Completely different.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So you got to stay on them. You got to be consistent. But anyway, I'm gonna shut my mouth this morning. I ran my mouth enough. You know, I got a chance to spend the morning here with Freddie Howard. Good morning, Beatrice. 36425.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Had a blast. So thank you.
I'm finna give you your kudos. I'm saying thanks for our surprise guest. Right, ain't it?
Right.
What'd you say, Greg? Right.
I'm not going to talk about that.
Spells SUPRISC. Greg, I guess you said, I better duck when I see you, right?
Man.
you say, Greg? I'm gonna get you.
Oh, man.
I guess you said when you get me, I ain't gonna be doing nothing, but you better accept it because you know what you did to me, don't you?
Oh man, I'm just thinking you just come up and have a a morning conversation like we normally have casual, and then an hour, 2 hours, you telling me that we don't lie.
Hey, but Greg, I cleared it up, didn't it?
Who does that, bro? Howard? Who does that?
Oh man. But anyway, I really appreciate you being on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and close it out with the song that some of them ain't never heard, but I've been playing it for years, but they didn't. I'm just thankful for our surprise guest, yes, Mr. Greg, Greg Marshall, ARSHA. Okay, Greg, I'm finna play that song now, man.
Well, all right.
You be safe, man, and take care, all right?
You too as well.
I'll see you in a few minutes. All right.
Absolutely.
This has been a good morning here on Beatrice, Alabama 36425. We want to thank our special surprise guest, Mr. Greg Marshall, a retired military man and pillar in the community, raising 2 sons. That's going to be going to starting school this fall down the road there at Coastal College. And to all of you all, we thank Ken and Gene Grady of gospel music today, the finest Southern gospel music out there in the United States of America. I play all styles of music: jazz, country, bluegrass, praise, worship, traditional gospel, some of everything. And I like all of it. And as my music instructor, Mr. Bob Crawford used to tell me, you play it, you're a musician, so you got to play all of it. Anyway, y'all take care. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, God willing, on Good Morning Beatrice, Alabama 36425. Have a great day. Be safe. COVID is still out there now. COVID ain't going nowhere. I said in plain old blunt language, COVID ain't gone nowhere. It's still right there. Wear the mask. All right, y'all take care. And we're gonna leave it with our song for J.F. Shields High School, Steppin'. As the new year, school starts tomorrow, the buses are going to be rolling, be cautious on the road. When you see one of them stop, that means you stop. Don't be running the road or have your head in your cell phone or talking or whatever, not paying attention when them school buses be loaded and unloaded. God bless y'all. Take care now. See y'all next time.
Yes, yeah. Are you ready? Yes, yeah. Are you ready? For stepping up and stepping out. Yes, yeah. Are you ready? Stepping up and stepping out. Step to the left, step to the right. It doesn't matter how you step, as long as you're ready to step all night. Step to the left, step to the right. Doesn't matter how you step, as long as you're ready to step all night. Step to the left, step to the right. It doesn't matter how you step. Step as young as you are ready. Step, step all night. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, clap your chest, clap your feet. It doesn't matter, though you are looking so good to me. girls stepping right. Boys and girls, here she is, stepping and stepping, stomping and stepping, stepping all night. Step to the left, step to the right. It doesn't matter how you step, because you're gonna be stepping and stomping all night. Slide your feet to the left, slide your feet to the right. Step up, step back, jump up, jump back, jump to the side, jump to the left, jump right, jump left. It doesn't matter how you jump and stomp, as long as you are jumping and stomping all night. Yeah, yeah, jumping and stomping and stepping out. Yeah, yeah, jumping, stomping, stepping left, stepping right. Yeah, yeah, stepping and stomping, jumping all night. Yeah, yeah, stepping here, stepping there. Long as you are stepping, you looking good to me. Step on up, step on back. It doesn't matter how you step, long as you are stepping and jumping all night. Move here, move there, stomp here, stomp your chest, stomp your feet, stepping up, stepping back, slide and slide here and there, long as you're stepping and stomping and running everywhere. Do it here, do it there, step on up, step on out, long as you're stepping and jumping all night long. Yeah, yeah, stepping left, yeah, yeah, stepping right, yeah, yeah, stepping and jumping and stomping, clapping the hands over the head, clapping the hands behind the back. It doesn't matter whether you stomp and jump, as long as you jump and step and stomp all night. Stepping here, stepping there, it doesn't matter how you step, long as you're stepping here and there all night. Step up, step back, step up, step back. Slide to the left, slide to the right. It doesn't matter how you slide and step, long as you slide and step all night.